All right, we're live with paraglidingtalk.com. So glad that you're here. Everybody's running a little bit late today, and but I'm glad that you're here. We got 10 people that are logged in now. I'm excited about who we're going to be interviewing tonight. Max is a free flight master of paragliding. He also is an instructor. He flies for the most part at Torrey Pines here in Southern California at the moment. He has some incredible records under his belt. He, at one point, I think he still holds the record for infinite tumble. I could be wrong. We'll ask him about that. He's got some great stories to tell. And I just talked to him a few minutes ago, so he's getting ready to log in as we speak. And really just I'm excited, man. Somebody else was cool enough to come on the show and share what they know about paragliding. So I do want to tell you to go take a peek at the website, which is paraglidingtalk.com. You can check out all the past episodes, and you can find out what's going on with the future shows and what we plan on doing. I do want to tell you that we've got quite a big group of people that are following and watching the show now, and we started from zero. I think in the first episode we had just a couple people watching, and in the last couple, I don't even know how many people were watching. One of them we had like 400 people live or 300 people live or something like that. We're just having a blast, and so I appreciate all the new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and you're stumbling across this video, go hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. So we're doing this show on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And we've been doing it. This is going to be episode number 18 with Max Marien. And I'm pretty excited about that. Give a good shout out to my my guys that are in the chat. Look, Mark's on. What's up, Mark? Pair Perspective has been here from ground zero, helping me out. Carl, Colorado. Even before I got off the ground, I was watching his videos, and just really cool. I gave some guys more authority in the chat. Yankee SC1, he's been faithful from the very get-go. Make sure you go check out his channel. He's got some really cool stuff, and you can learn some stuff from him. Also, some of these other guys you're going to see, the chat's moving now, but really cool stuff. My dad is on. Dad, I'm glad that you're here. And give a shout out to Mark. I know he's getting ready to go on a mission and go do some training or something like that. He's in the military, so appreciate that. Appreciate your support and keeping our country safe. Honeycutt's coming on the show. We haven't decided what exact date, but he's supposed to be back in May, so we're gonna watch that, and that will be a good time. And again, oh yeah, Carl, Colorado has a great channel. If you guys don't forget to go check out his stuff. He's flying in Colorado. He's got a really cool place. Here's Max calling me right now. Let's get him on the phone real quick. Hey, Max. Yes, sir. I am. All right, perfect. So as soon as you hit accept and go through those little prompts, you'll pop right on the screen, and we're all just sitting here chilling. Yeah, so yeah, I think the way it works is you check your email and it'll tell you Robert Michiels has invited you to a chat, and then you click accept, and then it should just bring you right on the show. You'll be able to see as soon as it accepts, you'll be able to, it'll give you a prompt. It'll tell you you're getting ready to join a live stream, and you have to hit accept. Okay. That's okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, you should see something that says Google Hangouts. That's okay. Don't worry about it, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so go to your email, log into your Gmail if you can. There should be a there should be. Now that's a link just to the video. What you should see off to the left is an invitation to a video conference call through Google Hangouts. This chat is, they're trolling me right now. Not yet.
Yo. How about
There
now?
you are.
Yo, what's up, buddy?
All right.
Got me?
Yeah, so I don't see you. Hold on, let me hang up the phone here. There we go. So I can hear you.
Okay, got me on mic.
At least on mic. There it is.
Yep. There.
Bingo. Okay. And I lost your audio there. I think you might have hit me. There we go.
Yeah, I totally muted you. Or you muted me. Yo.
Yeah.
Hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Big bro.
We
Cheers.
did it. Yeah. Woo!
Ready to hang out.
Yeah, man. I don't know where everybody else is. I don't think it's flyable here, but people are probably flying everywhere else. Was it flyable at Torrey?
Torrey? A little bit. It was garbage.
Yeah, this afternoon?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was good for a little while, but it just, north light.
Okay.
Yeah, high pressure.
I checked the report just to make sure that you weren't in the air when I called you.
No, I wasn't. I was wrapping up. I had a new student, like, first day, pretty much today.
Nice.
Yeah, and then my wife and daughter showed up at the end of the day, and I got a little sidetracked there.
Nice.
So that was fun, and just got home. So thanks for being patient. Sorry I'm a little on the late side.
Nah, you're good, man. So we're all excited. We got 36, 37 people watching live. So glad that you're here. Paraglidingtalk.com. Max Marien with us tonight. We're going to have a great time. We've got a few questions lined up for you. We're going to take some questions from the chat. Max is an instructor. Have you flown paramotors too?
Yeah.
Okay, he's flown paramotors.
He's working on getting the whole tandem instructor and instructor rating for paramotor, but it's like with Torrey, you don't really need motors that much.
Right.
So haven't done a whole lot of it.
I also hear that you've done some base jumping stuff. Is that true?
I did. Yeah, I got into it for a couple years.
I used to just take everything that everyone told me about whoever I was interviewing, and then I would just say a bunch of stuff, and then they would be like, "No, I don't. I don't do
Yeah,
that."
you
And I
heard
didn't.
no. Yeah. No, never done any base. I don't know where you heard that, man.
Yeah. So the guys were telling me that at one point you had the infinite tumble record, and I wanted to just clarify, you broke the record for infinite tumble. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then so has anyone been able to
Yeah,
touch that record?
yeah. So I held that record for about 5 months.
5 months, huh?
5 months. Yeah,
Soon as
that's
they
how long
found
that
out.
one lasted. Yep, pretty much, and honestly it was Horatio. Horatio owns the record now. It was so impressive. Now it's when I did it, it was 374.
Oh
Now
my
he did
gosh.
in the same year, at the end of the year, he did 500 and say it was 64, 560. So add basically 200 to what I did, and that's what he did,
Oh my
which was
gosh.
just insane. So yeah, and then he invited me to do it again. Like even just a couple years ago, he's like, "Hey, somebody needs to break it again. Why don't you try?" And I'm kind of like, nah, my shoulders hurt. My shoulders still hurt from doing that, so I don't know. Maybe one day, maybe I'll beef up my exercise routine and get in really good shape, and just have like huge, massive shoulders that nothing can touch, and I'll do it again. But yeah, that one really hurt. Shoulders, neck, everything up here.
I
Yeah,
bet.
that was
You're like
rough.
a doctor. You're like, yeah, I have this pain. What did you, what happened that your back is sore? Well, I do this thing called an infinite tumble. And exactly, please describe to me what you mean by infinite tumble.
Yeah, right.
That's
Uh,
hilarious.
no, you know what? It's funny because I would just tell the doctor, oh, I just do this sport called paragliding.
Yeah.
Probably be like, well, I think
He's
there's
like,
about 10,000 other individuals that do that but don't have the same issues that you have.
yeah,
So
yeah. They
maybe you're
probably,
doing something wrong.
and they're doctors, so they live right there at La Jolla, so they've seen you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
My
by the
doctor
way,
comes out.
what's
Anyways,
that?
go ahead. I
Your
was just
doctor?
gonna. I was like gonna say, yeah, my doctor's been out to see it, and he's like, no, yeah, not happening. I can do
No,
this.
it's,
They're too smart. They know better.
I don't know. I think they're just scared.
Well, yeah.
That's it. Scared. But you know what? We have something very special. We're able to fly like birds. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's fire off some questions here. What do you
Go for
think?
it.
How did you end up getting into the sport, first of all, and take us down that road for a minute, maybe?
Okay, so I started coming to the glider port when I was 10 years old. So that right there should, tell you a lot. Um, that's when my father started working there. He actually started in the kitchen,
No
and
way.
yeah, Robin, right? Have you met
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he started working there in the kitchen and just doing odd jobs and doing whatever, just whatever it took to be there and
Right.
hang out there and and learn to fly. So my whole, childhood experience with it from the time I was 10, I started coming out there. I did some tandems, excuse me, between 11 and 12 years old, and started solo at 12 in the
No
summertime. So like
way.
12 and a half for solo,
Okay,
12
hold
and a
on a
half.
second. So your dad brings you to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that went down, and you're like just walking around
Just hanging
eating
out. I
snacks.
mean, I don't know if you've ever seen 10-year-old kids hanging out at the glider port, right? But yeah, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
You know,
I
for a
bring my boys.
6-year-old, right? Yeah, okay, I mean,
13
you know
and
how it
10.
goes. You can
Yeah.
watch a little bit and you absorb a little bit, but when you're not the
You didn't
one
have the pool table.
flying, we didn't have the pool table back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had nothing to do. Throw rocks in the gully. That's
There
it.
was plenty of rocks. That's for sure. There's plenty of rocks. So I got good at that. I did a lot of rock climbing on the stuff that you're not supposed to, because they would just let me like, just go play whatever. So I go climb down those little gullies that everybody gets stuck in, or make up my own path on the trails down the cliff, and yeah, whatever. That was my experience. Watching my dad learn to fly on occasion, doing tandem once in a while. So like I would do tandems with the instructors. I maybe did, I want to say 6 or 7 tandem flights before my first solo. Um, and yeah, so that's how that went down. Learned to, I mean, once the process got started, it wasn't like I kited for 6 months or a year. I kited for 5 days, and yep, first solo after that.
Wow. So who was teaching you at Torrey Pines at the time?
So at the time, it was a Colombian pilot. His name was Sebastian. That was the
Okay.
guy who was on the radio with me my first few solos. And then, I mean, there was a crew, just like today, how there's a crew. The place was like that back then as well. So you're learning from, several of the different instructors, tandem pilots. Of course, my dad,
Right.
who is not the most patient teacher, but he helps. And yeah, so and of course, Dave Jeb, Gabriel's dad, he
Yes.
he really did a lot of, and he's a very patient, good teacher as well. He taught me how to drive
Okay.
my stick shift when I got it.
Oh,
My dad,
nice.
my dad put me in the driver's seat as soon as it was insured. Put me in the driver's seat, like, okay, drive to the glider port, and it was just it was a mess. Uh, like just dump the clutch. You know how it is, learning to drive a stick shift. Never touched it before. Sat in the driver's seat. It was terrible. And he's not the most patient person, so he's just like, yeah, just do it. Just come on, hit the gas and drop the clutch, and yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Whatever, shift the gears. And
Yeah.
then okay, get to the glider port. Dave hops into the passenger seat, and within about 20 minutes of just driving around the dirt parking lot at Torrey, I could drive a stick, and even
Nice.
like stop on a hill and get it going again. So yeah. Anyways, Dave was a really good patient instructor, and then Gabe was not around until I'd been flying for maybe 3 months, 3 months down the road, something like that. In the fall time, he was in Indonesia at the time, and anyways, he made a film while he was over there, or did some filming while he was over there, and eventually made a film with it. It was called Bali High. But
Oh,
anyways,
wow.
when Gabe came back, he really became my main mentor. Right. So, um, and now I'm 13 years old, and Gabe was the one who took me under his wing. Um, and yeah, from that point forward, I was doing every SIV clinic because Gabe was instructing and my dad was driving the boat. So I was
Oh,
there.
wow.
I mean, almost everyone, not every single one, but almost
Yeah.
every SIV I was there.
Wow. Where do you guys do the SIVs by the way?
So now we are doing them at Lake Berryessa, which is just north of the Bay of San Francisco.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. You guys are going way up there?
Yeah, way up there. So where we used to do
Wow.
them was Lake Isabella. Right, Lake
Okay.
Isabella is just outside of is it Bakersfield?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like right in the beginning of the Sierras. So that's a 5-hour drive from San Diego to Lake Isabella. 5.5.
Right.
And that lake was just, yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was a close lake. That was the closest possible option that we had, though. So you can
Wow.
imagine, with all the lakes that we have in Southern California, that was the closest possible option.
What in the world? So what's the holdback? Why can't we do it over here like Jennings or something?
Yeah. So, I mean, it has to be the right setup. Um, the lake has to be big enough is the first thing, you know. I mean, if you just have a little tiny lake like yeah, Lake Jennings is really small. Um, you'll do a straight line tow and maybe get, you know, 300 or 400 feet and release, and that's enough altitude to go and land, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, make
Okay.
a big air on your way in.
That makes
Um,
sense.
you know, and okay, so we do have some decent sized lakes in Southern California, but none of them are appropriate for whatever reason. Like, there's usually some uh, legal issues, I guess, getting permission,
Okay. Got it.
right? That's a big one. And then just even having the right setup. You know, you need a beach, a shoreline. You need to be able to drive the boat to the beach, launch the pilot. So it takes a lot of space,
Right.
especially for landing. And you know, I remember even I think before I was flying, we went up to try it at Lake Arrowhead, right? So you know where
Okay.
that is, just right there.
Right.
And okay, so couldn't really even find a good spot to launch. Ended up launching in the lee, right? So we're in like the lee side of a hill. Like, okay,
Oh,
we found
geez.
a big enough spot, barely. Okay, so we launched in the lee, you know, get one tow, and it was my dad that was being towed.
Okay. They're
And
just testing it
okay,
out.
yeah, we're just scoping this lake, you know, to go and you know, just to give you an example of what scoping a lake is like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lake Arrowhead, reasonable size, you know, and you know, anyways, it was pretty full at the time too, but yeah, so we got one flight. It was a decent flight because the lake is big enough, but then the landing, you know, when he uh came into land, it was like okay, so there isn't really any flat ground. It's all hillside down to a little tiny bit of flat ground, all in the lee,
Ah,
and so he just stuffed it into the hillside. You know, and it was an okay landing,
yeah.
but you know, it's like it's one of those things. So there's a lot of kind of logistics in the lake that you go to. So yeah.
Man.
Anyways, Lake Isabella, 5 hours away. We were going there a lot. There's some problems with that lake. You know, logistically it was great. There's even a great soaring site there on the lake, right? So you can imagine end of the tow, just save yourself 400 feet, and you can come and soar around on the hill. But the problem that we had there, number one, there was an airport, like a small runway right on the lake. So, and air traffic is almost always an issue on any lake, but there it was a little bit more than normal. And then you know, the other issue was it's a big Venturi. It's a low spot in the Sierras.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Got it.
well known as a great place to go windsurfing,
Oh, okay.
which or kite surfing, right? Which
Right.
makes for a bad place to paraglide. Um, so we'd have to do crack of dawn, you know, wake up before the sun's even up and get out on the lake, you know, while the sun is coming up and hit the first one in the air because we knew it was going to blow out by 1 o'clock. It's blown out,
Right.
you know,
Right.
even before 1 o'clock, it's blown out. So yeah, we had a lot of windy times out there. So anyways, Lake Berryessa, we kind of, you know, talked to some people that were already doing clinics up there with Eagle, and so we're like, oh, let's go check it out, and it's like perfect setup. And what's even more perfect about that setup for us is we were able to get a legitimate business license to actually
Nice.
operate there. Which, you know, if you've ever been to an SIV, there's always this hush hush like, we're just all friends. We're friends. We're
We're all
not. Nobody's
friends.
paying anybody. There's no money. So you know, you know, luckily we were able to get the business permit, so now we can legitimately do it and not have to hide the fact that yeah, we're charging you know, $900 for people to come do SIVs out there with us. So that's really
That's
nice. That's huge.
that's hilarious. So you guys decide, okay, we need to, obviously we're going to keep on doing these. See, I'm so shallow minded. I'm like, do they just tow right at the base of Torrey Pines and go out in the ocean? That's in my mind. I was like, that should work.
Oh yeah,
Just
that
do
would be
that.
nice. Yep. That would be great.
Whenever I hear people say like, yeah, we're, they do SIV clinics with Torrey, and I'm like, oh, sweet, it's right down the street. And
Yeah,
then so you,
beautiful. Yeah, we'll just hook the tow line, drag it up the cliff, and you take off, and
yeah,
whatever, we'll pull you.
woo,
Yeah, that would be great, man. I would love that idea.
no,
Okay, so
no,
think of the logistics of that one. So,
yeah,
you know,
gigantic
you're
waves.
not going to be able to launch off the beach. Number one,
Nope.
it's going to be illegal, right? Not going to be
Yep.
able to launch off the beach.
Right.
You're not going to be able to bring the boat to the shoreline,
Right.
right? There's this whole, I think it's 100 yards or something.
Right.
Okay, so
The
now
wave.
you have to get a surfer to go paddle out to get the drogue, bring it in, hike it up the cliff 300 feet without, tangling it up on everything, and then hook it up to the pilot, and yeah, away you go. Cool. Up to 1,800 feet because that's our ceiling at a
Oh,
tour
yeah. I
with the
forgot about the
airspace
ceiling.
on top of it.
Darn
Yeah,
it.
right. So 1,800 feet is what you get for that whole endeavor.
Darn it.
We thought about it, man. We've been thinking about that. And a couple years ago, my dad was like looking to like, oh, what can we do out on the ocean? And he started looking into like what would it take to get, like, okay, it started out with paragliding, a barge that you tow behind the boat that disconnects somehow that you launch from the paraglider and then you tow
Ooh.
up to altitude,
Yeah.
right? So you start thinking about these kind of dumb ideas. And then for a while, he was set on like, oh no, we can do that with a hang glider. Look, here's some videos of people doing it on perfectly calm, smooth water. Yeah, maybe we can do that. So yeah, you can imagine, the hang gliding off of the boat out at Torrey never happened. Maybe someday though. Maybe we'll get crazy enough.
Well,
someday.
you know what trips me out is that they used to sailplane from Torrey Pines.
I took a ride in one.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was, I think, I want to say 14 years old.
Bro, you started off
awesome.
young. I don't know if
I got lucky.
Did my son approach you yet about folding up your wing for you? He folds wings for tips now.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's Taven. That's my son.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, you know how, I'm always there so late, right?
Yep.
Like, even today, the shop is all closed. I'm the last one there. I'm almost always like the last one out there. So you have to stay a while if you want to fold up my wing.
I talked to Giuseppe to try to get him on the show. It sounds like he's going to come on too.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be a good guy to talk to for sure.
Yeah. He's got a couple kids, I guess, and he was excited that I was bringing my boys out there. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were out at Torrey in the summertime, doing a little bit of kiting. Never really flew them solo though. We didn't feel comfortable. With teaching kids to fly, it's really about judging their maturity and kind of, are they really ready for it, sort of thing. So didn't quite feel that way. I'm sorry to say with Giuseppe's boys, but hey, maybe next year.
Giuseppe Junior 1 and Junior 2.
Yep. Yeah, they'll start their training.
So we got a lot of guys in here. By the way, shout out to everybody that's watching and in the chat. If you have questions, I'm going to try to. I don't have a moderator for this show, so it's going to be kind of hard to get through the questions. But if you don't mind repeating them, so I don't have to look all the way back. But we'll take some questions from the chat. A lot of paramotor guys are watching the show. We've had a great mixture of both free flight and paramotor guys. And so maybe give some advice to a guy that wants to get in the air or maybe has low air time with the paramotor, and maybe you can feed them some information on how they can get going.
Okay, well, I mean, for any pilot, whether you're brand new or have several years in the sport, especially if they're motoring years, you probably already know what I'm going to say. It's just kite.
I was just going to say kite.
Just go kite. Yeah, kite.
all
Yeah,
day.
I know it's one of those things that guys don't like to hear too. 'Cause they're like, I kite enough,
Oh,
whatever.
I love it.
I mean, it's I don't know. Can you kite upside down? Can you touch your wingtip on the side?
I
Ooh, here's a good one. I was teaching my brand new student today, first day, first lesson with me kiting. Um, I had her kiting without using the brakes. Right now, I was the one harping on the brakes now and then whenever need be,
right.
but just teaching her from the fundamental basic of using your body to control the wing, not just your hands. So when you take the brakes away, now all of a sudden you're forced to move. You're forced to do things that you probably don't have to do when you have the brakes. So that's a good one. Try kiting without the brakes. See how long you can last.
I like that. I have done
Um,
that too.
yeah,
That is it's kind of challenging.
yeah. Forces you to move a lot, right? Okay, then the other one you could try. I was doing this today. Kite without moving your feet. Plant your feet. One,
Yeah,
two, plant them, and see how long you could last just without moving your feet at all.
I
Right.
love that.
That's a good one.
What do
Of
you just
course, you
lay
need a
on the
steady
ground?
breeze. Oh yeah, back. Yeah, sure. Lay on your back and start. Of course, like I guess the real basic ones with more advanced kiting are, freehand kiting.
Yeah.
Right. You just grab whatever you need. That's sort of one of the first ones that you should learn if you haven't already. Is just kite using the lines. Um. Oh, what else? What else was I doing? Oh, kite with your eyes closed.
We
You
had a
know.
guy named Andre Bandera on the show. We
Okay.
interviewed him. He's over in the UK. And let me see if I can pull up his. He's got a, it's called something challenge. I think it's called.
Training challenge. Something
I
kite
have it on the
challenge.
website. If you go to paraglidingtalk.com, here, I'll pull it up right now so you guys can see it. He actually has a really cool, it's, you make your, there's challenges and you start off in the A's. Level A is like level 1, and it's pretty simple stuff. It's called groundhandlingchallenge.com. Yeah, that's what it is. Here, I can share my
Oh, okay.
screen so you guys will be able to see what it looks like just for a second here. I haven't been doing the screen share thing too much because it seems like it freezes my computer. can't handle it. So if I lose you, you know why. Okay, so here it is. Ground handling challenge and groundhandlingchallenge.com. And so Andre built this, and what it is, for example, you're just like A1, the pull up. So if you click on that, there's going to be a video that somebody did. Now it looks like Andre did the first video. This was probably, yeah. But if you follow these videos, they're all like basics for ground handling. And then, so if you wanted to do one and add it to A01, you can do that. And so this is kind of like a stack of those simple ones. By the time you get to the end, the like you're doing some pretty crazy stuff. This one, E05, is called the Spider-Man, and the guy is literally gonna run up the wall and
Yeah.
and
Climbing the wall. Yep.
yeah,
That's a good one. What's
let me go
what's
back.
what's the ones before that? So let's see.
Can you see
Okay,
it?
so there's the 360. Yeah.
I saw you
Oh, and
doing the
then
360 the other day. That was pretty awesome.
yeah, that's one of the throw launch. I love the throw launch.
I bet
And
you
then
Getty
climbing
G's
the
got one on
ceiling.
here. Let's see if Getty's in here. Getty's such a
Let's
boss.
see.
Nope, he's not in there. I
There's Mike
invited.
Kung.
Oh, you know Mike Kung? Hold on, let me go back.
One of the good old boys.
Oh
One of the
yeah,
ones that when in the early 2000s you would have watched his videos.
nice.
He's been around for a while.
That was when the
Yeah.
video footage wasn't very good.
Right.
The quality.
For sure. He's probably looking all this stuff like, yeah, whatever. 20 years ago, I did all this stuff. So
You,
Let me pull out the archive.
you know what I've been really liking, you know how the little path that takes you from kind of where the snack shop is and then the path that leads you to the RC park. I was
Yeah.
kiting on those last few strong days over there, and I would try to purposely stay on the dirt and then just let it drag you and drag your feet and just kind of like
Oh yeah.
surf on
Yep.
that dirt road and
Surf
then
it. Uh-huh.
let it drag you back and forth. That was kind of fun. What else?
Yeah.
You got stall point. That's a good one. Fly backwards, back fly, flapping.
Have
Yeah.
you guys seen JB Chandelier, Jean Baptiste
Oh
Chandelier?
yeah,
He
man.
he
Do you
makes
know
all the
him?
most videos. I haven't met him personally, no, but
No. You would think he
I
would
just
come
know
to
him as
San Diego.
well as you guys do. Watching his epic videos.
He's
So
got some
he's got really
incredible.
cool style.
Yeah,
He's
man.
an incredible. I mean, he's an incredible pilot, of course, but pioneering those shots, getting those shots, and like thinking that stuff all up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's incredible. So got a
So
lot of
Max,
respect for him.
just so for the record, there a lot of people are comparing you to him. Just
Oh,
letting you know.
okay. Yeah, okay.
No
Sure.
pressure.
Yeah, no, I'm not on that level for sure. It's that's a whole different level, being able to pull off those stunts and get beautiful videos at the same time. Because think about it, how many times have you done something cool and then been like, oh, let me go get the camera, I need to go set up the shot, and then yeah, you come
Yeah,
back and you either can't pull off the stunt, or the one time it does happen, the camera wasn't recording, or you have all those
right.
little logistical things that happen.
We flew
Um,
over at Otai that one day, and I was getting so excited. I'm like, "Yeah, this is gonna be epic. We're gonna get some really good footage," and
yeah, I was so
couldn't get him.
excited too. Yeah, I mean, I got some 360 footage of me scratching around.
Yeah, I still haven't seen
Yeah,
that, by the way.
I haven't seen it either. Actually, it's my buddy's camera, so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
he, yeah, it was my buddy's 360. I haven't bought one because I don't really like the video that they make too much. But
It's kind of a
anyways, yeah,
trip,
I
huh?
checked it out. It's cool. I kind of dig it in a way, but at the same time, that whole weird Orby thing.
Oh,
Meh.
is that what that's what it produces? That the little world thing.
Yeah. You see, there's
Okay.
I mean, there's some different ways that you can crop it and edit it and stuff, but you can do like the little world version
Yeah.
where it sees everything and then it does that small world view, or
Yeah.
you can tell it, oh, I want it to see just 270 degrees and not 360, and pick the angle that you want, and zoom in, zoom out, and decide where you want it. So that's like video editing taken way too far.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah.
complicated.
Nobody got time for that.
Yeah, come on. You're really gonna like pick the angles and everything? No, I mean
So
video editing is a huge thing. It's okay, so you take the video and then you have to sift through it, which already at that point, I don't know if you've ever done like tried to do higher quality video editing. It takes a long time. It takes
yeah.
a long time. It's like I'm gonna say personally, from my standpoint, with the not so good videos that I've edited, it took about 10 minutes per 10 seconds. So it's about a minute to a second
Wow.
of video editing time.
Brutal.
So it really takes a long time. Yeah. So you want a 1 minute video, probably gonna take you an hour
Oh
for
my
a
lord.
decent video. And then if you get into like some of the more detailed videos, unless you're really good at the shortcuts on the video editor that you're using, it can really take a long time. So
I,
there's the whole learning the computer software
I
thing.
just saw I got another
Edit.
subscriber. Cuba. I saw that, bro. Welcome. Welcome. I like when I watch some of these other guys that do the live stream and it's just so fast and there's all this stuff going on and there's things showing up, like the gamer stuff.
Oh yeah.
And our podcast or our live stream is so chill and we're just like, yeah, it's just super cool. Oh, that's rad. Neil just pinged me, and it showed up in orange, so that I really grabbed my attention. He said, "If you can get him, rough breakdown." Okay, infinite tumble question. How do you end up in an infinite tumble? And I've kind of watched it. Starts off with you got to get some aggression in there. Take us through that.
Okay, I mean, how about this? Can you play videos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Well, you can do any video that you want of Infinite Tumble. You could go to. No, anyways, yeah, just whatever you like, and I'll walk you through it, guys, so that you all know how to throw an Infinite Tumble with your motors and stuff.
With motors too.
With motors too, yeah, you can do it with motors. I've never personally done it with the motor because I just never trusted the motors that much to not break. With aluminum. Oh, I bent one doing rhythmic. That was my first test of the motor. Was like I was on a motor that I probably should have not been doing tumbles on because it was medium bars and it should have been low bars. Anyways, yeah, I started going into rhythmic, which is one way to enter.
This guy's going to jump out of a helicopter to do the infinite tumble. This might be the record. Yeah, this is it. Horatio. Horatio. Okay, here we go. Let me just pause it real quick. Go to the screen share. Here we go. Screen share. Boom. All right.
So this is the record that he did about 5 months after I said it. Right.
Just let me know when you want me to pause it.
Okay. Well, here comes the D-bag. So you jump out of the helicopter. You hope that thing opens. Oh, you can already rewind a little bit or pause it right there. Right.
Okay.
So right now he's already done a massive spiral, and he's starting this record, by the way, at a super high altitude. I think he said that it was something around like 20,000 feet, or a little bit more than 20,000 feet. He told me in meters, but let's just say 20,000 feet. Oh, and by the way, so this is kind of a cool trippy thing he did. He's doing this on the Mayan calendar, the Maya year end thing, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So this is that day. So he's like, if the world's going to end, I'm going to do this. Right. So that's to set the stage. So anyways, he's done like, I don't know, 2 spiral dives, whatever, 2 rotations in a spiral. With these little acro wings, you don't have to do a whole lot. You don't have to do that much. He's just really making sure he had enough energy because he's at 20,000 feet and the air is super thin and everything is going to be really fast. Okay, so now he's looking. You can see the smoke even too. There's a big diving going on. He's going to let the glider level out and even start to climb a little bit, and then he's basically going to throw a sat maneuver. Right. So sat maneuver is one of the basics of. So yeah, there you can see some spirals in the smoke. And it's going to happen super quick. So whack, whack, whack.
Wow.
Right? Like that. Whack, whack, whack. Yeah, so again, 20,000 feet. Air is super thin. The rotations are going to happen really fast. Yeah, so there it is. Oh, end over end over end. And so once you're in it, it's really just about keeping it on heading, keeping it straight. And he told me that part of his training to do this record, which was a really good idea, which I didn't think of, was to practice without looking at the glider, keeping your head forward, so that you don't take the G's on your neck like this. Ugh. All right, every time that the glider rotates, you get a lot of positive G's at the bottom. I would say for these faster rotations, it's probably going to be like 5, maybe more, maybe 6, 7, but it's just for a fraction of a second. It's a every hit, every time it hits, every time you're at the bottom. So you'll see us a lot of time put our head down and forward during the tumble, and that's just to, not strain your neck, so your neck doesn't hurt. But anyways, he told me that he did a lot of practice doing this maneuver in Organya, which is like the training mecca of the world for acro. where he wasn't looking at the canopy. So you can see him a lot of the times in this video that they edited looking at the canopy, but if you watch the full version, which I think is about 15 or so minutes long,
Yeah, he's just
from the time it starts, yeah,
500
seriously, I mean,
times.
yeah, 500 times in a row. I mean, you don't have to really watch it the whole time because it's the same thing over and over again at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
But you'll see there's long periods where he's just looking like forward, almost down, just like looking at his knees, just okay, it's straight. Oh, it's coming a little bit off, right? And you make just corrections, and they're on-off corrections. They're not held corrections. They're you have to. There's a certain timing to it and rhythm to it. Basically, when the canopy is, how like when your canopy goes forward and you check the surge,
Right.
right? Everybody's pretty much experienced that. Canopy surges and you check it. Um, that's when you don't want to pull any brake. Don't pull any brake then.
Let it go.
Yep. Let it go. Yep.
Oh
Don't
my
try to
word.
stop it. Wait until you're actually all the way above it and even a little bit past it. And then you can start to pull brake, and you can pull brake between, a vertical like this and, if it was coming around. So you can pull brake, pull brake, pull brake. And then right about here as it starts to get its energy, that's where you let it go. Right? Yeah.
Wow.
Throw your hands up.
Somebody was
Don't
telling me
don't
Giuseppe
check the
did one right there over the beach.
Yeah, we do throw him out of Torrey. Seppi, he'll throw him pretty well. He'll throw him lower than I'm comfortable throwing him, but yeah, I've seen him do it. Like, ooh, yeah, all right, cool.
When I
And,
first flew at Torrey Pines, by the way, it's in my first video. If you go back, he was hucking some big sats, and I don't know if he did an infinite tumble, but he did a couple things that I'm like, oh my word, that is low. And even the last time I was there, he was doing it really close to the cliff and just playing and having just a blast.
yeah,
He's
it's
really comfortable under that wing, man.
he is really good. He's a really really good pilot. There's certain things that I had to kind of limit myself from doing, right? Which he is still doing. I used to do that and more, and crazier stuff. And I just had to kind of eventually make the decision: what am I really comfortable with, and what are my expectations? Do I really need to be charging the ground in a kind of not? I mean, it's reasonably controlled, but not as easy to control fashion.
Right.
And especially since I switch between sizes a bit, and that will dramatically change the dive arc as you're exiting a maneuver.
Okay.
I had a couple situations where switching from a 19 to a 17 same wing. So a 19 meter down to a 17 meter, I had really elongated dive arcs coming out of maneuvers where it was like, oh wow, that was really close. I'm glad I gave myself the extra, 2 or 3 seconds of glide away from the cliff.
Oh,
Um, so when you have just one wing and you get to know that wing really really well, even if you change sizes, there's going to be some characteristics that you have to learn again. And so since I'm always changing sizes between my 18, my 17, the tandems, and then my regular solo, I just like okay, I'm not gonna focus on getting so precise with one wing. I'm just going to be good with a more broad range.
what do you think
And so
about taking it to the next
I
level? What's next for you
okay.
as far as is paragliding, and that's going to be my next question. You've accomplished some pretty big things in the sport. Where do you go from here, and how, you know, what's next? Because there's got to, like, I've always got a goal. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do something next. Like, my next goal is cross country. I want to do something big.
I
What's
mean,
next?
honestly, at my current state, I have regressed a little bit. Right, I kind of let myself. I went through really intensive training, and got to the point where I was worthy of competition. but I definitely don't really feel that way anymore. And even at my last competition, which is one of the biggest competitions I've ever been in, I was already not as good as I was in 2014. I think was the peak that I've ever been. So for me, it's like, oh, I'd really like to get back there. I know what it takes. It takes a lot of training, and the best way. There's a couple different ways that you can train. Torrey is not a great place to train. That's where I spend most of my time.
Right.
So really at Torrey, I'm just kind of keeping the rust off.
Okay.
Just scrubbing, scrubbing some rust off here and there. I don't do anything that I'm not super comfortable doing out there because it's really low. And even things that I am pretty comfortable doing, I still kind of limit myself and try to keep things safe because, well, yeah, you can imagine why. So what it would take to train is really just having the ability to gain altitude easily. Um, there's a few different ways. The training meccas are typically either you ride a gondola up and you can do whatever you want over the lake and land, back at the base and pack up and go back up the gondola. And that's great, but the amount of time it takes to do that, you can imagine that's a really good turnover rate. At a gondola site, you can maybe do like 6 runs in a day, and you're spent, because that's all day long, going up and down and everything. But at places where you can stay in the air, you go out, you do your run. Maybe it's not a huge run. Maybe it's not 3,000 feet, but let's say it's 1,000 feet. I think one of the best places I've ever been was Makapu,
What
right?
what is that?
So in Oahu,
Oh,
that
okay.
was one of the best places I've been. In Southern California, it would be, either going to Saboba or just the right conditions at Horse. That's the thing with
Horse,
conditions.
yeah.
But anyways, coastal sites are nice. You can just ridge soar up. So yeah, Makapu in Oahu, big 1,000-foot wall, and you don't get thousands of feet, but you get at least 1,000 feet, which is enough to do anything. So you can go
Nice.
out, you can do anything with enough room to throw a reserve, and even end up in the water or trees on reserve if need be, but then just go right back to it. So to give you an idea, in Makapu, in just an afternoon of flying, I was able to do 25 runs that were each about 600 feet. So if you just start to quantify vertical altitude, how much vertical altitude are you using? Um, and how quickly can you use that altitude? That's really the big key. And all the best guys in the world train at Organya, which I've yet to go to. Been waiting to go there for a
And
long time.
where's that at?
It's in Spain. It's in the kind of central Spain.
Okay. But you
Yeah,
haven't gone not even once?
I've never been.
Huh.
Haven't. Yeah, just haven't made the trip out there.
It's next on the
So
agenda, huh?
that's one of those bucket list places to go.
What
So if I ever want to dust the rust, that's or really get into good shape, that's the place to go.
Neil, who should be on here, but he's still at work, he wants to know what kind of ground-based training workouts help the most: cardio, strength, and flexibility, etc.
Oh, you're talking about like physical
Yeah,
for
you know,
shoulders and
yeah, he just said, I'd like to know what kind of ground-based training workouts. I mean, I'm thinking like push-ups, sit-ups, all that stuff would be involved.
yeah, I mean anything that's going to improve your balance and coordination. So I mean, not that I really do any real training like that. Um, one one thing I would imagine would be pretty good is like slacklining. Things that are going to help you balance on top of something. Because at the end of the day,
Mhm.
when you're in a paraglider, there is a lot of balance to it. And as you get basically heavier in the seat, with more G's, little movements become really critical, right? Little movements and how you deal with the pressure of being under G-force can make a big difference. So, um, yeah,
It's
I
real.
would say, yeah, sit-ups, push-ups, really just taking care of your shoulders at the end of the day. That's the main thing is all here. So trying to be nice to your shoulders, which I need to be nicer to mine, would be the best.
You got infinite tumble elbow.
Shoulder.
Shoulder.
Yeah,
Infinite tumble
infinite
shoulder.
tumble shoulder. Yep. Tumble shoulder. Or
So
just acro
now,
shoulder.
where do you go for inspiration? Who inspires you? Who do you watch? Like you mentioned Jean-Baptiste Chandelier.
Oh god, yeah. So he makes really, really beautiful videos, right? That is his art. Is he's a good acro pilot, but he makes the most incredible videos, as you guys have probably seen. Nobody else makes videos like that. Um, he was definitely my inspiration for some of the videos that I had a part in. I have a friend, Adam Fishbach, which you guys may have met, son of Dr. Dave out at Torrey. Anyways, he and I are the same age. He started learning to fly at Torrey 5 years ago, 6 years ago, somewhere in there. And so we kind of started a website and page called Happy Acro.
What?
And
How
yeah,
do I not know
Happy
about this?
HAPI Acro, which is a funny story. But anyways, there was four of us originally in it, and then it just became me and him, and we, were really just dedicated to, making good acro videos, and a lot of our inspiration came from Jean-Baptiste Chandelier, which you
Okay.
can kind of pick up on in the video, but really what we don't have is the shots. So Adam has the editing and video talent to make great videos. And by the way, if you want to see a really good one, the best one that we ever made was the one in Dubai. So if you want, you can throw it up on the screen. But
Yeah, I'm pulling up right now.
so he has incredible talent with the video editing and taking the shots and being dedicated in that, because that's a whole nother discipline.
Oh
And
no, this is not.
yeah,
I spelled it
not
wrong.
happening. Did you spell it with an I?
Yeah.
It's just one P. The
Okay.
reason for the weird name, the weird spelling, Happy HAPI Acro.
Okay. Maybe I'm spelling acro wrong.
Maybe
How do you spell it?
just do it on Vimeo. Acro is ACRO.
And it's .com.
Yeah, happyacro.com.
Okay.
So
It's all in Chinese, bro. You got hacked.
oh, that's nice. Just go to the Vimeo page. Go to the Vimeo.
Okay.
Just go to Vimeo. That's the best way. Yeah, our website might have gotten hacked. We've been neglecting it. It's been sitting for like 2 or 3 years now. So, but yeah, that was probably the best video that was
Okay.
ever made from Happy Acro, and then it was kind of like, whatever. Can't top
Did I?
that.
What would it be under in Vimeo?
Vimeo, Happy Acro, HAPIACRO.
2 words, I assume.
Yes, you can do it 2 words. I think. I don't know.
Nope, that didn't work. Let's try it with a boom. There we go. Now we're cooking with Crisco. Dubai World Air Games? Really?
Play that one.
Okay. Please hold. Here we go. Screen share. Boom.
Fun trip. By the way, the hotels were all paid for by the Prince of Dubai for this whole event, which is supposed to be like the Olympics of air sports.
What?
Yep.
That is epic. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa. It's really loud in my ears. Hold on. Sorry. I hope you guys didn't hear that. I'm sorry. It's probably just in my earpiece.
Well,
okay.
Can you get any volume? You want to
That's
play the
you!
volume on it? That's me.
No
That's
sound.
a helicopter. No
No
sound.
sound. No.
Oh, all right. Well, it's the heavy. You know,
What?
it's
Are you
it's
serious?
how you like me now.
Yeah, I
How
know.
you like me. That song is what's in the background. So.
I, bro, how did I not see this before?
Oh, this shot was so epic, and then he messed it up. Messed up that shot.
What
Yeah.
happened?
So that camera was on a handheld stabilizing. I love this guy, Sebastian. That's I forget. Felix, Raul, the inventors of acro.
Oh my
Elliot
word.
Noches, he's really good. There's me. Yay.
What?
So yeah, there's some synchro. That was
Full stop.
yeah, there's full stalls. Oh, there we go. And then of course it's the whole world air game, so we tried not to make it too much about us. There's a paramotoring section. It's sick, And I
Bro.
honestly, when I was there, I was jealous of the paramotor pilots
Yeah.
because they had so much more airtime than we did. It's like we get to jump out of the helicopter and we come down 3,000 feet, land on the thing, and you're done. And you're probably wet too. You have to
Yeah.
land on that little raft. Um, and the paramotor guys are just like cruising, flying with the balloons. Andres, that guy is really cool. He's one of my favorite. There's Horacio, Tim Alongi jumping out there. Paul Hamma from Sweden.
That
This is the
helicopter.
Cat Acro team. They're really
Oh
good. That's
my
Theo and
gosh.
Horacio. They're some of the best. Anyways, yeah.
Incredible, man.
This is how an acro competition goes. You see that raft? These two guys are at every single competition. They're the coolest guys. The guys that just catch you when you come and land on the raft.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Save your
that's
life.
you're so happy when those guys catch you and yeah. Some sailplane
Sailplanes?
racing. There you
What?
go. Little paramotor foot drag across the swoop pond. Mostly this was about the skydiving. Oh, here, I took this shot. Adam was teaching me how to use his fancy camera, which was super heavy, really irritating to carry around. Yeah, there we go. Nice shots. Some of these shots are by the
What?
Acro twins, um,
Okay.
which I don't know if you know. Tim and Anthony Green, the Acro twins, are from the States. They were
No.
really some of the pioneers of synchronized aerobatics, and they're twins, right?
Right?
About my same age, and one of them was here doing a lot of the filming and stuff for this event.
Bro, this footage is incredible.
It's a sick
Wow.
camera, man. It's a pretty
Yeah.
sick camera. I don't remember. I'm not even going to take a guess at the name of it. But yeah, look at that shot. That's one of my favorites.
Wow.
But,
I've seen
yeah,
that.
there's Raul. Raul is basically one of the main pioneers. It's a
That's
little candid, getting smoked out. I like to run in shots like that at the end. It just kind of be funny. So there you go, camera. I took one of those shots and he threw me in as a camera.
Nice.
And this is Paul. Paul just had the most energy. So there was 20 of us competing. I got like 19th, and Paul got like 17th.
Wow.
But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Bro, that is incredible. I know what I'm going to be doing after this show.
Yeah,
I'm going
so
to
you
be
got a bunch.
watching.
That is our most watched video. That's one of the best ones. And then we have a few at Torrey, and blah blah blah, right? Some different stuff. Oh, one of the
Wow.
funner ones that we did was if you go down, it's like the fourth one down. It's
Okay.
Happy Acro rides the. Yep, there you go. The Vomitron
Oh
spacecraft.
no. Oh
Yeah,
no.
this was so much fun and totally worth the money. It was a little bit pricey, but I mean, we made a video out of it and it was hilarious. So
Vomitron. That is
so
not
you
good.
start with deployment of the reserves and practicing reserve deployments just while you hang in a still position, and then you get on this thing. And we totally made up this little 2G counter. That's not real. We're just making that up. But right, but there's like 3 Gs, you know. So the thing goes in increments of 1 G, right? So there's 3 Gs. 3 Gs starts to feel a little intense.
Yeah.
4 Gs, you're like, oh yeah, this is good. It's going fast. And then when you get to 5 Gs, you start to feel like pretty. Yeah, this is rough. 5 Gs is rough. And yeah, so it basically, she has an on-off switch, the controller,
Okay.
and you have the on-off switch with the brakes. So the brake is also an on-off switch. So you have to pull and hold the brake down to turn it on. Not that it really does anything
Yeah.
speed-wise, but then you can see, we switch directions. So now we turn the thing around and going the other way to practice in both directions. Oh, by the way, while we were doing this, we were practicing deployments at 4G. And you don't actually practice like pulling it out and throwing it. You just practice pulling it out, which at 4Gs was
Oh my
really,
gosh.
really difficult. Yeah.
Wow.
So now, yeah. So I remember at 6G, I couldn't see anymore. You start to get like that hazy tunnel vision kind of thing going.
Right.
And when they say blackout, so at 7Gs, we're not passing out, but we're losing vision. And the three of us, so it's me, Adam, and Mateo, right? Adam is 6'6". I'm 5'9", and Mateo is I think like 5'4", right? So he's short. He did the best out of anybody. Adam did the worst, and I was in the middle. So your height directly correlates to how much you can tolerate G's. Of course, health and well-being and everything, right? But yeah, so at 5Gs, he was starting to get a little bit of haze and blackout. At 6Gs, I was getting a little bit of haze and blackout, and Mateo was totally fine at 7.
Did you guys Ralph?
Nope.
Nobody
No,
threw
but
up?
nobody threw up, but we were smoked after that. We were tired. We were like, I stayed up until 3 in the morning and woke up at 6, kind of tired after that, right? Because
Whoa.
I mean, you can imagine how much you're tensing up your body, how much you're going,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to squeeze everything.
Yep.
And we each did it, I think, like maybe 4 times
Oh my
between
gosh.
doing different, maybe even more. I don't remember, right? 4 or 5 times where we're deploying the reserve, and then just one time, like up to 7, to see how
Oh,
you can handle it. So that was fun. That was awesome. That was in Annecy. They have a
okay.
few of those around the world. There's some different kinds. I've heard that there is a mechanical one that somebody made here in California, where basically you hook it up to your car,
Oh
or you
no.
just have a few people pull. I mean, it's just a rope.
Doesn't sound good.
You pull a rope, and yeah, and I think they said it would go up to 5Gs or something like that. But somebody has one here. I haven't seen it or been on it, but I've heard about it. So
Yeah, I heard about, or I think I saw a video of one where it was like one of those horse walkers where they train the horses, but you
yep.
had to have 2 guys on it because one was the counterbalance. So you had 2 guys spinning around.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense. You just need a buddy that weighs about the same.
Yeah. And I saw that, and they were, I watched that video because the clickbait got me, and it was like something about throwing up, and I'm like, yeah, I bet you they threw up. Yeah, and they did. It's horrible. It was pretty morbid too, because they didn't have like a stop handle to stop it, or the guys are just laughing.
Oh, they're just going for a ride, huh? There's no
yeah,
there's no shut this thing down.
yeah,
No, it's
stop.
like, yeah, you get as much energy as you put in, and
Yeah,
going for a ride.
they until they threw up, and everybody laughed, and then they turned it off. Horrible.
That sounds like
Well, we're at the 7 o'clock mark. I'm gonna go right to the questions of the chat. I don't want to keep you too long. We have some. I saw a couple questions pop up. Normally, right here, the moderators will jump in and go, "Okay, here's the questions from the chat," but everybody's working or they're busy.
Oh,
There we
cool.
go.
It's all good. It's just me and you.
Yeah, man. I can't wait until we can get some good flying in. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you know how it is being a Torrey pilot. It's like I'm always working at
Yep.
Torrey, and the only time I get to fly is after we're done doing tandems. Like
Yeah,
2 nights ago, we had an epic session. Um,
I heard.
everybody, everybody was gone. It was epic all day long. You know, I did like 13 tandems,
Oh
and
my
then flew
god.
until after sunset, doing acro and stuff. And then it was dark, and I was like, okay, well,
You know
work
what?
here.
I got some video footage of you dancing on the golf cart. Can I share that?
One was a couple of yeah, go for it. Yeah, that was funny.
Was it? What's his name? Jeffrey, the camera guy.
Jeff, yeah, we kind of got that thing so he wouldn't have to hike up the hill anymore. You know, he's
He's
getting up there, right? He's always
Jeff's
was
such
kind of just slow going up and down the hill, but now he's got the cart.
he's so funny. He's looking at you like you're not allowed to land on this.
Would you get off my golf cart?
Get off
Get
my
out of here,
golf cart,
you
yeah, hoodlum.
punk kid!
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
off my golf cart! Doing.
Sorry, I'm taking a long time to pull this up because I don't know what I'm doing here.
No, it's all good.
Oh my gosh, how many? I just got like 15 subscribers right now. How come I didn't see them?
Everybody's jumping on. I don't got anywhere to
Wow.
be, man. It's okay. The
Okay.
wife and kid are out for a little
Okay.
while. So.
Okay, good. Normally I'm like, yeah, we're done at
Man,
7 o'clock. Some guys, because we had Gavin McClure on.
mm-hmm.
Gavin, right? He was
Yep.
on. We had Chris Santa Croce was on, and Chris Santa Croce, poor guy, he got locked out of the office there, and so he was doing it on his phone. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Well, he got out of his truck and he's standing in front of the office, whatever it is, the fly. What is it called again? Superfly, the Superfly headquarters, and he was like, yeah, okay, I need to go in the car or something. It was like 30 degrees, and he did the whole interview outside.
Cold
on his phone. I'm like, dude, I feel so bad. And he just rolled with it and didn't complain or nothing. I'm like, okay, yeah, we got to get off of here. And okay,
getting cold. All right, yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Pull the plug.
No. Here we go. Let me screen share. This was really cool. This was you doing some ground handling when you're showing one of the guys some ground handling. And
yeah. On the Aquila.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm gonna get copyright infringed.
Why?
Let me go back. For that Dubai. Oh wait, that's not on YouTube. That was on Vimeo. So never mind.
Yeah, it's on Vimeo.
Yeah.
Vimeo. You get higher quality resolution and stuff. Vimeo.
Okay. Yeah, see, my computer can't hang. Let me try this.
No.
Let's go back farther this time. It started raining that day. You remember that? Just for a minute, and everybody like panicked and started like covering up their wings. I'm like,
yeah, sounds vaguely familiar.
It was pretty cold that day too.
Which day was this? This was
like
it went north at the end of the day on this day.
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Or maybe a little longer.
It was like Saturday a week ago.
Yeah.
Yep. Week and a half ago. Yep.
All those mole holes.
All those gopher holes. Yeah, all those gopher holes, man. I tell you, need more like snakes.
I saw that picture of the snake that you had. That there was a snake right there on where everybody launches from.
Oh yeah. We see them out there once in a while. The hawks eat them. The hawks eat all the snakes.
Oh my word.
Oh, okay, so here's a cool little story from Torrey a couple days ago. I was flying tandem, with this nice lady. And we're flying towards the golf course and see a hawk dive, from whatever, 100 feet above us, and goes all the way down to the deck, about halfway down the cliff. And, you can totally see it come and pick something up and start flying with it. And here we are following it around, watching it kill the snake that it caught.
Oh,
like
wow.
midair, about maybe, I want to say like 40 feet away, 50 feet away, like not that far, far enough to where you could see the snake, wriggling around in the hawk's
Yeah,
claws as it was sitting there killing it, and then took it off to go eat somewhere. That was pretty sweet.
that's pretty cool. I was
Yeah.
at Blossom the other day, and a bald eagle went flying through there.
A bald eagle.
A bald
Really?
eagle, no joke. And it had
Whoa.
tags on its wings, so
You
when
sure
you
it
flew
was?
above it,
You sure it was a bald eagle, not a golden eagle? There's a golden eagle with tags out there that's
it
like known
may
to
be.
frequent blossom. It was
I don't
was
know.
it? I mean, you see the white head.
White head, white tail. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
it was
So
incredible.
bald eagle.
Yeah, it had the two tags on both, a tag on both wings, and it's in one of my videos. You can barely see it though, because I kind of have that. I don't have the narrow film because it would just look horrible. But
Okay.
yeah, it was
Pretty
pretty
fun.
cool,
So
man.
there's a golden eagle that I've flown with and seen a few times, and several pilots uh, flying at El Cap. That's where you see it.
Really? Okay.
But yeah, two tags, just like you're describing, two tags, um, radio antenna sticking out from its back.
Really?
You get close enough to it. Yeah, I was close enough to it once. I could see, yeah, this little antenna just, like there was some tracking device put in the middle of its back.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah, wire hanging out like it was an RC plane. Almost.
You guys are tracking the eagle, maybe because of their
Oh, it's probably endangered,
yeah, that's what I meant, endangered. I wonder. Wow, that's weird. When I saw the bald eagle, I knew right away that it was a bald eagle. It was just incredible, just majestic flying. You could tell that it was different than even hawks. But
Have you ever been somewhere where bald eagles are super like common?
no,
And they like fight
I've
over fish. So, growing up in Southern California, it's like you see seagulls fighting over fish,
yeah.
on the beach or whatever. If you were to grow up like in Alaska or, Washington State along the Pacific coast, you see bald eagles like fighting over fish like seagulls. Like they're the most
Wow,
common thing you've ever seen. More bald eagles.
that's
So it's
crazy.
it trips us out when we see them down here because usually you don't see them any further south than like I don't know Northern California, but yeah, you see them once in a while. They're pretty cool birds. Ospreys too. Ospreys we have tons of. Those are cool.
We came from Arizona, so when I got here, 2007, seagulls were very fascinating to me. So, I would see the seagulls and hear them, and I'd be like, "This is amazing! Look at these majestic birds flying around." Now I'm like, "Oh, flying rats!"
Uh huh. You used to try to catch them in middle school. Just like put out some food and get a little net going between some buddies and see if you could catch some seagulls.
They're pretty
Never did
big.
do anything with them. They're pretty big. You just catch and
Yeah,
release, right? Whatever. The
yeah,
fun
catch
was in
release.
catching it. It's like you're not gonna do anything with a seagull.
Do you ever see that video with the dude that catches the pigeons, and so it's two guys and they're standing there and they have pigeons in their hands and they're acting like they're kung fu fighting and they throw the pigeons at each other and the pigeons like
No,
fly right at their head, and then it's a really funny video.
that sounds epic. Like just stand 5 feet away and chuck a
Yeah,
pigeon at your head.
yeah, they're throwing pigeons at each other. It's hilarious. I actually want to
Awesome.
try it, but I haven't been able to catch one.
Well, that's probably somewhere where like they had uh shooting pigeons. What are they
It was in
called?
New York.
In New York? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so they straight up caught the street
just
pigeons in New York.
caught the street pigeon. Yeah, come here, little pigeon. Come here. some, some
They're
bird
pretty
food.
fast, man. I don't know
Oh
how do you
yeah.
catch a pigeon. I guess with a net. It's like we
I
caught the seagull.
I don't know how we got off topic, but since we're talking about pigeons, I met a dude that was raising pigeons and he could sell the pigeons. They were carrier pigeons.
Mhm.
And he had a garage with like 30 pigeons, but they were all owned by different people. And tell me if this makes any sense at all, but if I remember correctly, he would take all 30 pigeons and he would drive somewhere and then he would let them race. and then they would race back home, and they would beat him easily back home. But these pigeons would literally fly like super far and come back home. And they would, I think they would place like bets, and they would do all kinds of like, I don't know. And these guys, they were selling these pigeons for a fortune.
Oh, you buy the pigeon and then you get to race it.
Yeah, and it's your pigeon, and the guy takes care of it. So the reason I found out is because this dude, he was letting the pigeons go. He'd open the garage, and then he would let them out, and they would all go fly. And if I remember correctly, I never saw it actually happen, but I think he would like blow this whistle or something, and then they would all come in the garage, and then he would put them in their cages and shut the garage. Mind blowing. Yeah, it was crazy. It was as a matter of fact, it was in the military housing. So it was a military dude. Weird. Might have been a military thing. I don't know.
It sounds like fun.
Mike Tyson was involved in that. Did you know that?
What?
Mike Tyson had carrier pigeons.
Carrier pigeons. Mike Tyson had carrier pigeons.
Yep. Google
Man,
it.
what are we talking about? Mike Tyson had carrier pigeons.
It's flying. It's all things flying. We can talk about it. It's fine.
No, I'm just messing with you. Oh, look at all these tomatoes. My wife just walked in, and she brought me tons of tomatoes from our front yard.
Nice.
Yeah. Ooh.
Bro, are you serious? Where do you guys live?
Claremont, right by Town Square.
Okay. We're not too far from each other. I'm right down the street. I'm in Linda Vista.
Oh, yeah.
We can hear the same gunshots.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you see the same helicopters flying over all the time. That's for sure.
That's right. We call it the ghetto bird at my house.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you skate?
A little bit. I used to.
Did you see the new skate park?
Where?
On Genesee.
On Genesee, there's a new skate park in
Oh
Vista?
my gosh. If you haven't seen it yet, you're going to be impressed. They threw a bunch of money at this. I want to say 3.5 million.
It's a concrete park.
Concrete. Yeah. Bowls. It's gigantic. Hold on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. You take your boys there?
Oh, yeah, yeah. We skate there all the time. I love it. We're going to go on Friday. Well, we're supposed to. Did you meet Paul Gulschelbauer yet?
He's supposed to be at Torrey tomorrow.
On Friday.
Supposedly.
And I promised the boys I was going to take them skating. But we're going to we already got some secret stuff going on. And Ryan Bloom is coordinating with him to come on the show. We just got to figure out a date.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I promised the boys I was going to take them to the skate park. Let me see if I can pull it up here. What would it be? Linda Vista Skate Park. Yeah. While I'm pulling that up, I do want to encourage everybody that's watching the show, go to paraglidingtalk.com, check that out. And then also, if you're interested in seeing more, you want to be more involved, there's a place where you can put your email in. And I haven't really done anything with the email thing yet. My list is growing. I literally was writing them all down in the beginning, but now I have this gigantic email list. And what I'm going to try to do is make it so that everybody who's involved in the show can get some discounts on stuff. Maybe I'll reach out to some of the manufacturers and see if we can get some free stuff and say, hey, I got an email list for you if you're interested in some paramotor people, or I don't know how it's going to work. Maybe if you have some ideas, shoot them my way in the comments. But also I've set up a Patreon account for the show and a PayPal if you want to support the show financially to keep it going and keep it rolling. It's justified if I have some money involved. And so anyways, that's my little spiel for that. Let me pull up the old skate park real quick. You'll like this.
Let's check it out.
Linda Vista is kind of the hood, like this area.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I was surprised.
The further east you go.
Here we go. Let's pull this bad boy up here. I have no idea what's going to show up on here, so we're gonna chance it here. So these guys are messing around at the park. These guys look familiar. I don't want to see selfies.
This is just showing the new skate park.
Here we go.
Best skate park in California. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah. Tennessee, I guess.
Real bowls, real nice. Like you can tell that it was designed by skaters and built by skaters. Okay, this
Okay.
is horrible. I
This doesn't look very
apologize.
big.
It's massive.
Oh, okay, there it is. All right. I see that's just an island.
Yep. And
Cool.
it goes they had a rendition before it was finished. Oh, this was during construction. Those hoodlums. Get out of there, hoodlums. It wasn't finished yet. That's hilarious. But anyways, this park is epic.
It's lit.
What did you say? My son right here, he's 10. He said it's lit.
Lit. Oh, I like that. Cool.
That's new slang.
Slang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lit.
I'm so old now. It's horrible. I don't know none of that slang.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that one yet. That's cool. I like it. I like to hear the new slang, new stuff.
Yep.
Although, man, I feel old when I hear new music because I think it's terrible. Most of it. You know?
You can
I
preach
don't know.
that.
You ever catch your kids like singing something? You're like, man, that is just awful. What are you listening to?
Yeah.
How can you like that?
How can you like that?
How can you like that?
It's horrible. That is
Quiet
a
for a
fact.
second. My daughter's coming through. She's all asleep.
Oh, is she sleeping? It's the baby. She's what, 4? 3? 4? 3? Okay. I feel like I need to be quiet, but I'm in your headphones, so I'm safe. Was that her? Did she wake up?
No. She was out for a drive in the car, and fell asleep in the car. So.
Nice. So I have 4 kids, and 2 of them come with me. I have 5 altogether. One's already moved out, but the other ones are all 4 boys. 13, 10, 5, and 3.
And you're a busy guy.
It's crazy.
I'm like, I have 1. I'm like, good. 1. I don't need any more.
Just 1. She's a cutie. I saw the pictures on Facebook, man.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah. She's a lot of fun, and she's becoming more and more fun as she gets older.
So what does your wife think about flying?
What does my wife think about flying? She doesn't like that I come home late all the time.
Okay.
Because I'm out flying all the time.
That's your job.
That's it. That's all. I don't know.
Has she ever gone on a tandem?
Yeah, I mean, she actually, we met when she was new in paragliding, learning to fly herself.
Oh, so she is a pilot.
Well, not really. She,
you have to look over your shoulder.
Yeah, she's not listening. She had a little accident on her 11th flight. On her 11th, she did her, beginner training at Torrey, and then on her 11th flight was in Mexico, and at a site called Yalapa, and had a little accident on launch and kind of got hurt, and I think sort of lost the mojo, lost the drive.
So after that, she never flew again?
No, she did, but it was never the same.
Right.
And I can totally sympathize with that. I mean, I've had some accidents like that where I didn't really get hurt, but it's just kind of eye-opening, and you do lose, definitely. When those happen, you lose that momentum, you lose that mojo. You're like, oh wow, I can actually get hurt doing
right.
this.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah, it'll happen to everybody.
I full stalled at Little Black, about 15 feet off the ground.
Yep.
Don't try that.
That'll hurt. A little spanker.
Oddly, oddly enough, all I got was a bruise on my foot of all things. I landed on my back, but
But your heel like came down and whack,
yeah,
hit the
yeah.
ground.
I actually did I rolled backwards. It was so hardcore
Like back.
behind me.
Yep.
Boom, I landed on the ground and I rolled backwards towards the wing in one roll. And I'm kind of grateful that I rolled with it, because when I hit, it just kind of, it was like a ninja move, kind of rolled back, and I stood up like, whoa, what just happened? You know, I was
Yep.
not, and what it was is I was trying to spot land really hard, and I just dumped the
Yep.
brakes, older
Bearing
wing,
it.
and yeah, it was brutal. Hey, what's
Is
up,
that
Mark?
one? I've seen that
Mark
one
A.
happen a
Manson.
few times.
You've seen it?
That's a pretty common one. Yeah, a lot of
Really?
people like trying to spot land. Yeah, come in and just like more, and it's like yeah, that's where the glider stall.
Wow.
Just
My
be
glider was
aware.
out of trim too. It was my
Come on, you can't blame the glider.
no, oh yeah, no,
It was
no,
the
no
skateboard,
question
man. It was
about
the
it.
skateboard's fault.
Yeah,
Um,
I
no,
got
you know,
into this debate with you know, Josh Cohen is.
uh-huh.
So Josh Cohen found my stall video and he had put it on the paragliding forum. This is when I was brand new. I was just posting stuff, whatever I was learning, I was just posting on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
And I had no idea what I was doing. Just, it was horrible. Well, anyways, um, he had commented, and I didn't know who he was. And he commented, he's like, "Hey, bro, how?" He goes, "You should. That thing looked like it stalled pretty easy. Have you had the trim checked?" And I'm like, I commented back something like, "Yeah, I bought this wing off of eBay. It's 15 years old, and I had no business flying it." I was like, "I know it's out of trim, you know."
Yeah. You
So
don't really need to check it at that point.
yeah, yeah. So
Um,
I got in this like little, I wouldn't say piss and match, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to check the trim. I don't, you know, I already know that it's old. And come to find out it's Josh Cohen, like champion cross country paraglider.
yeah.
Like, oh gosh. So I had to eat crow, and I'm trying to get him on the show now. So if you,
Oh,
if anybody,
that'd be a
if,
good guy. There's a lot of good people to talk to in the U.S. Piloting community. It's
yeah,
it's really amazing how we all kind of end up knowing each other. The people that stay in the sport long enough, and that are participating in the competitions or in like social gatherings like big flying and stuff.
yeah,
Um, Everybody kind of ends up knowing each other, so it's a pretty cool community to get into.
very cool. So you've got some pretty good network of pilots. So you've been flying now, you going on. So you started when you were 12,
Uh-huh.
got off the ground when you were 12, right?
Yep, first solo. Yeah,
And then
11 tandem,
11 with a tandem. So we'll just say 12. And how old are you now?
30,
30. Wow. So that's a lot of
18,
flying.
18 years. I learned to fly hang gliders too.
Oh, you did? I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
know
that was
that.
fun. Yeah, I know how to fly a hang glider. I've learned how to fly hang gliders. I have maybe around. I mean, I have my H4. Um,
Wow, that's plenty hours then.
Probably around 800 flights or so, and yeah, I don't know how. It's mostly Torrey flights, right? 'Cause you get so much time out
Yeah.
there. Um, yeah, so I can fly one. I even have one. It's a Falcon 225, but it's such a hassle, man. I'd so
Yeah.
much rather just paraglide.
Yeah.
Somebody's got it all set up, and it's like, hey Max, do you want to fly my hang glider? I'll be like, yeah, maybe.
So I met you at Horse, and you were training some guys.
Yeah, I had a little group out there. I think there was like maybe that was a decent sized group. It was like 8, 10 people, something like that. And Torrey
There's Mama.
students.
Oh, she just passed by. I just wanted to say hi because I didn't say hi last time.
He said hello. He's saying hi. He says hi. She couldn't hear you, so she didn't.
Yeah. I remember when you were teaching some guy and he kept blowing the launch. He would kite for a second, then he would like kind of wiggle to the edge, and then he would let it fall in the bushes, and then It was just I was cracking up how patient you were. And
Oh yeah. Yeah,
did that
okay.
guy ever get up?
I'm patient when you know when I need to be.
Yeah,
um, so
that was hilarious.
I don't think so. I don't know. I might have
He
called
didn't.
him off after a few. It was
You
kind of
did
tough
no.
conditions that
He,
day.
yeah, he didn't fly that day. But I mean, did he make it after all? I haven't really seen him at Torrey or anything, but I was just thinking he was
I mean, I
dude
don't
from
know. Honest.
India.
Oh yeah, Sunny. Yeah, it was Sunny. I'm pretty sure, or it was Sunny or Guru. I have two guys that are kind of darker skin like that, Indian. Um, I think it was Sunny, and yeah, now he's a P3.
Oh, nice.
Sunny. Yeah, he
Good for
mostly is
him.
good. He's mostly a Tory P3. I'd say he still has a long way to go.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's got his P3, and yeah, he's been
good
flying
for him.
recreationally at Tory. So yeah,
Good for him.
hasn't been back to horse
He
since.
hasn't been back to horse. Horse
That
is
one.
big boy flying, man. I
Yeah,
think
and that was an epic day, man.
those
I'm
guys.
glad that I got out there because it's hard with the whole Tory, the way that things go. We always have such a variety of people at different skill levels,
Right.
and so you can't cater to everybody. So that day, I was really hoping to get a couple guys off the hill that were like more advanced or P2s with I don't know between 50 and 80 or 90 flights, and they both got off and had phenomenal flights and were super stoked. Um, so that was good. Mostly I was
Yeah.
there for them. The other guys, that was a great day because of how many people were there. So they got to see big conditions with just tons of people. It felt like it was a competition. There were so many people there
I
that day.
could not believe how many people were there. Me and Nick were talking about it afterwards, and I was like, I should have brought my portable grill, my little, the beach grill, and grill up some hot dogs. It would have just been like a fly-in.
Yep. Yeah, if we had a little after party going there in the landing zone, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Then they were, and the fact that they were scraping 10 grand. A few
Yeah.
guys made it to 10 grand.
10
I
grand
couldn't
day.
believe
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that was right after I had my little Cascade episode over at Palomar. So I was pretty wigged out and I wanted to work on my, collapses and I wanted to work on light wing over. So I just kept going out. I would get up a little bit, but then I would waste it and come back to the ridge and I kept doing that. I never went to 10 grand.
I was
I
telling
don't,
my guys about that video on the ride up in the truck in the van. I was telling
oh,
them about
nice.
that exact video, right? And just telling them, if something big is happening, hands up, check the surge.
Yep. Hands up,
That's it.
check the surge.
Hands up, check the surge.
Yeah.
All you gotta know.
Don't try to
Don't
fix it.
keep fly straight. Maybe that's another good. Yeah, you keep it on heading, right? If it's trying to turn on you, keep it on heading. What else is like the most intimate paragliding knowledge? Oh, for newer guys, this one is pretty good. How you PIO, like guys will PIO when they're new or when they're really excited, or a lot of times it'll happen to even experienced pilots when they like downsize their wing, they get on a smaller wing, and all of a sudden they're doing this, bobbing and weaving, PIOing, pilot-induced oscillations, is what that
Yep.
stands for, by the way. And the best advice that I ever heard an instructor give a student was just stop doing that. Stop. It's you. You're the one doing it.
That's
Just
profound.
Stop doing it. That's profound knowledge right there. Just stop doing that.
Stop doing it.
Just stop. Don't do
Russman
that.
afterwards, Phil Russman, he goes, if I think he said something like a dead pilot is a good pilot. He goes, all I would have had to do to fix that was shoot the pilot. And it would have fixed itself.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm flying, I'm like, I just want to keep this thing open. Had no business doing any of that. Just the G-forces kind of wigged me out. I think that's what it was.
When you were doing those spiral dives, you were probably getting up 4 or 5 Gs. Yeah, that's 4 or 5
legit.
Gs. So have you done an SIB yet?
Not yet. No, that's on the schedule though.
I think, yeah, you already had plenty of cool stuff happen, so you might want to get out in a nice, controlled, safe
Yeah.
environment,
So
and
that's what I was telling the other guys.
sessions.
It's probably really fun.
Yeah. Oh, my wife is just asking about the G machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, I already
bro.
showed him the video, I
S-
guess.
scary. The G machine
um,
looks scarier than what I did.
oh, that's so much fun, though. Yeah, again, controlled environment, right? I mean,
Yeah.
probably not the one that's like handmade that you pull with a rope, but the nice, high quality one that you hook into. Good one. You go up to
Uh,
7 Gs and see how you do. No,
I don't
the
know if I could handle
paragliding.
7.
I've honestly done some straight spirals to see kind of what it felt like after that point, and yeah,
Uh-huh.
you can get up there, especially on like a comp
Really?
wing, a high performance wing,
Yeah.
or on an acro wing. Yeah,
I
you,
wish I would have asked that question.
you can get up to, yeah, 6. I mean, I got to 6 and started to black out and was like, okay, I gotta stop spiraling. But
Wow.
yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
know that.
it'll sustain that much, and that's the only thing that's dangerous is really sustained. When it
Right.
just hits you for a second, you can handle
Right.
a good amount, right? But yeah, when
So
you
you,
like, ugh,
that might actually be good in my case that I just black out and then just go on glide for a little while and then wake back up when it's fixed.
uh, sure, yeah,
No.
yeah. I can see that one. Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was going to pass. I don't think I was long enough. It was 1 full minute of chaos though,
No,
both
yeah, I
ways,
mean
both
you did
directions. But I figured it
yeah,
out
I
in the
had 2
end.
spirals and you got it,
The
so you
main thing
did
was that, okay, that's what I need to do. Got it now.
what
You
did you
might learn
do?
that in
It
SIV.
I kind of remember the sequence. You had like an asymmetric and then over control
Yep.
went into spiral dive,
Yep.
right? So it went asymmetric and then spiral,
Yep.
and then I think you looped it, like you tried to correct out of it a little too strong, and so you
Yep.
go in one way and then you go whoa way up high, no
Yep.
energy, fall, and then it opened and it was totally fine at that point, and then another spiral dive.
Yep.
Right? Yep. So
Another
that's
collapse. Another spiral dive.
right, right. Yeah,
Opposite
you did the
direction.
big. Yeah, you. So the collapse was because you were slacklining, right?
Yep. Yep.
Because you're above it and it went, yeah, just soft.
Yep.
So, yeah. And then you did some negatives down low. Dude, I'd give that a solid, like at least, 3, 2.5 to 3 in the out of 10 as far as acro moves go. That you're on your way. You're on your way, man.
You're cool.
You gotta complete the loop though. You gotta get the loop all the way around, and then you'll have
You're cool. Here's Kirk. Kirk M. He said, "I'm thinking about going for the P3 at Torrey, but it seems crowded. Not sure what to expect there. I'd like to hear him talk about training at Torrey."
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely. So for training at Torrey, the nice thing is you have a group of instructors that are all very experienced that are there for you, right? Now it is crowded. There's a lot of people. We have a healthy student base as well. So it's not like a lot of guys learning from people out in the hills get a lot more of an intimate experience, a more one-on-one kind of experience, and you might get that at Torrey if you show up on the right days and just kind of get lucky. But a lot of times, yeah, especially coming on a weekend, it might be 5, 10 other students with you in the group, so your time might be limited, but you are getting you know you're brought into the fold. I think is really the biggest thing that Torrey has to offer. That I mean, how else can you get that? It takes a while to build those relationships, those personal relationships with experienced pilots. So there's a lot of good resources, not just at Torrey, but also out in the surrounding community.
yeah.
As far as the training goes at Torrey, honestly, I don't really like taking on P2s that much. I don't like it when P2s come and it's like, okay, so yeah, let me help you learn everything now.
They just
Because
they just want to fly at Torrey. That's all they want.
they just wanted to fly a Tory, and it's like, okay. I mean, you know how it is. We can't just let P2s fly a Tory because yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, because they don't know what they're doing. I
It's a
still don't know
dangerous
what I'm
place.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I mean, figure it out.
you figured
But
it out.
when you're trained from the beginning, you could end up with really good basics and fundamentals, and have a great foundation to build on. And when those people come through, I almost feel bad charging them anything. Like, bro, just let me give you a few tips. That's all you really need. And then you have people that it's like, somebody gave you your P2. How did that happen? Let's go through this checklist of things that you're
Yeah.
supposed. Let's see. Do you know how to connect yourself? No. Did you check that you have a reserve? No, there's no reserve in your harness. Okay,
No
where'd you
reserve.
get this
Okay.
thing? eBay?
eBay.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, eBay link. Cool. And so yeah, when those
Guilty.
P2s show up, it's like, bro, okay. I wish you wouldn't have done anything and just come here first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, we're happy to help everybody. Anybody that we can.
You're making me feel really good right now because I
That's
thought it was
totally
like,
exactly your story just now. But
but
it's all
at
good.
least I went and worked out all the kinks in the desert first before I came.
No, you're solid. Whatever. You showed up with your A game at Torrey. Like,
I was
okay,
legit.
I fly this place. It's all good. It's like,
I
all
was
right,
so
cool.
hooked on the mountains when it came to Torrey. I was kind of like, I want to fly there, but not because I want to fly there. I want to fly there because everyone else, the friends that I've been flying in the mountains with, were allowed to fly there, and I'm like,
They all
man,
could, and you're like, oh, I'm not part of the club, man. I want to be in the
exactly.
cool kids
That's
club.
all it was. So I
Yeah,
fought tooth and nail.
it's tough. Torrey is such a beautiful place to fly. That's one
Yeah,
thing it really has going for it is, yeah, nice coastal cliff. So pretty cool there.
I love it.
And it's so smooth. It. I heard a skydiving pilot, skydiver who also flies paragliders, say that the skydivers call it the wind tunnel of paragliding
Nice.
because when it's on, I mean, you know what it's
Yeah.
like out
Oh
there. It's
yeah.
just smooth and butter, and you can get lots of airtime.
Yep.
And for people, they get bored with it because yeah, the conditions aren't giving you the excitement. But I'll tell you what, I've been flying there for 18 years. I'm not bored.
Right.
you
It
know,
is fun,
you,
bro.
you got to do something to keep yourself entertained if you're getting bored. Because I mean,
Speaking of
even if it's figuring out how to pee out of your harness, that's something really entertaining that you can do in super calm conditions. Figure out how to take a leak. You ever had to do that and been at like
I
10 grand and been like, oh,
I
I gotta
haven't
pee.
done it yet. I was thinking
Okay,
about
it'll
getting the P
come.
tube. Yeah.
Yeah, the P2, that's the way to go. Yeah, you
I
got to
was
make sure that it's all routed and working good. I like Ryan Bloom's setup.
That's the
He
one I
showed
want to
me
get.
his setup. Yeah, it's like just a little urinal that is right
Yeah.
there at the edge of your seatboard. I was like, oh,
I,
that looks cool.
I'm pretty sure you still get pee on yourself. I'm just
What can
guessing.
you do? I couldn't. The last time I tried to pee out of my harness, I couldn't. There's just something about sitting down, peeing. It's not working. Uh,
Dang it. John Staples asked, what paramotor do you fly?
Uh, so I have flown a few, but with the Acro Wing, I fly a um, Thor 180. It's a Polini motor, um, and on a Kangook frame because JC is the importer for Kangook. So yeah, right there, easy to go.
Nice. What
Yeah,
size motor is it?
it's a 180.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. I don't even own my own motor. Actually, I have a brand new motor that's sitting in the container at Torrey, and I'm waiting on the frame. So soon I'm gonna have my own. It's actually a Vitarazi. Yeah, one. Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know paramotors at all. I'm not a mechanically inclined kind of guy. I'm so glad that I have people around me that are because
Right?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I wish it was. I was like, I'm like, why don't I just get a four stroke? I don't care how heavy it is. I don't want to have to deal with the two stroke crap.
Can I
Just
have
give me
a
a
four
four stroke.
stroke?
I'll just, I'll deal with the extra 60 pounds. I don't care.
Wait, do they
But
have that?
there are four strokes out there.
Get out of
They're
here.
kind
I
of
didn't know that.
ridiculous. Like you kind of want to have it on wheels of some sort.
Okay, yeah.
Because it's a little, a
That's
little
what it
too
is.
heavy. But I don't know. Yeah, the two stroke thing, especially with those big engines, the problem is, yeah, that power band thing, when you really get on it, it's super powerful. It's super
Yeah.
crazy. Um,
Huh.
so yeah, I like flying the big motors for tandem or for the small wings. But otherwise, if I'm on a normal wing, I'd rather fly something a little smaller. Just
Yeah.
because easier power band control.
Where do you
Really.
fly from?
The Salton Sea,
Oh, okay.
once in a while, or Otai, or I used to go out in kind of by Little Black in that valley and do some
Yep.
bandito flying out there.
That's pretty cool.
Um, and yeah, okay, that's how I got into base jumping and skydiving too, was from paramotor flying.
Wait,
Seems like an
how?
odd connection, but yeah, that's how you can go from being a paraglider pilot to paramotor pilot to tandem paramotor, where one jumps out with the D bag, right? Because you're an
Okay,
acro
yeah.
pilot, right? You're a
Yep.
D bag. To, hey, what if you could just keep falling? Ah, that's a ticket. Oh, they have that sport. It's called skydiving. Oh,
What if
yeah,
you
let's
could
go do
just keep
that.
falling?
What if you could just keep falling? Because when you do the deployment jump, you typically fall, whatever it is, 40 feet, length of your lines plus a little extra, and
Right.
then things start to open and you're under a paraglider.
Right.
But yeah, with the skydiving, it's like, yeah, you control that opening. So that was my progression. That was, yeah, okay. So paraglider pilot, acro pilot, paramotor pilot, debag from paramotors, skydive from paramotors, and other stuff too. And then I stopped that after a while too.
Tell what? Okay, don't know no details that are incriminating, but did you ever do any base jumping stuff?
Yes,
That and
that's okay. I don't care about incriminating stuff. I've never
is
done
that
anything that I'm so ashamed of. Like, oh,
you're like, and that is
I
all I can tell you.
Yeah, that's right. I jumped off of things with a parachute and lived. Tell you
And
about it.
lived. And that's
Nope,
all the
that's
information
it.
you get. It's funny because I mentioned that you were going to be on the show to a couple guys, and they were like, "Oh yeah, bro, he's gonna love you, man," because I'm a facility engineer for a high rise downtown, and he's
Oh
like, "Oh,
yeah.
he's gonna want to jump off your building. Don't let him."
Oh, how many stories?
I can't tell you that information's disclosed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I no, actually, I have the tallest high rise in San Diego. I am the Electra. Well, it's the tallest residential. I'm 460 feet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yep.
plenty of height.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Good landing zone down below too.
Park. You got two parks.
Oh, with grass.
Yeah, pick
Even
one.
better. Oh, bro.
There are
There
some
you
big
go.
trees.
That's okay. There always are. There's always a few, and power lines and cars and
I
people, but
my office. I look out my window of my office and I could see, and I was like, yeah, oh yeah, I could totally make it. But I'm thinking glide for paragliding. I'm like, oh yeah, I could totally
oh
make
yeah.
that.
Well, you have to think you're gonna open with less than 100 feet, and then
Oh,
only have a 3-to-1.
3 to 1. That's it.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
like it's the
gosh.
most ridiculous thing. So it's really funny because I transitioned straight from a paraglider to a base jumping canopy, right, like a 220, and which if you want to convert that to square meters, it's like 10-to-1. Anyways, that's huge for a parachute.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it was really funny to like steer the thing because you're used to this feeling like you go like this when you steer, and with a
Right.
parachute it's more like you go like this. You go down in the turn,
Oh,
right? you're
yes.
you're not
Okay.
like maintaining energy and flying. You're just kind of
Dumps.
dumping. Yeah, you're dumping the thing. Oh, the other
Wow.
really interesting thing from a paragliding perspective is you cannot. just deflate a parachute. You can't just reach up and grab the front risers and pull down and cause it to deflate like a
Frontal.
paraglider does. Yeah, it's
Okay.
frontal. It won't. It'll just dive. Just pick up
Really?
speed. Yeah, yeah.
Oh
It just
wow.
like you just dive. That's how you do swoops on a parachute. Is you freaking cram those front risers down to your chest and maybe throw a turn into it too while you're doing it, and then you level out on the front risers, holding them down, and then you ease out of them to start rounding the canopy out so you have all that additional energy because they
Oh,
retain so little energy that you have to put a ton of energy into it, like to get
yeah.
it to even just level. So yeah, my first parachuting experience is really bad with the flare timing window. I mean, it wasn't like terrible, but it was like, whoa, that wasn't what I expected.
Yeah. What? So
So
what was it? You had to run it out, or you flared too early, or what?
too well, not enough energy. Like so, with a paraglider, you just can kind of come in level, right? And you can
Okay.
do that somewhat with a parachute too. But with a paraglider, a lot of the round out happens in the top.
Okay.
Right? So you start, how like you come in and you sort of can get level already by the time you're halfway down.
Yeah.
With a parachute, nothing happens, man. In the top, it's all the bottom. So coming in paraglider style, all like, okay, we're gonna start pulling some brake and rounding it out. It's like, no, the ground's still coming. Stuff it. So
Wow.
yeah, you really gotta get them down low before it starts to plane out. So yeah,
Crazy.
late timing, I guess, or not enough.
Do you do any base jumping off of like cliffs or mountainsides or anything?
I did Torrey once. Yeah, there's a spot at Torrey.
What?
Yeah, it's been done a few times over the years.
It's
It's
tall enough?
where the rhino horn is, where the
Yes.
flag is.
Yeah.
So the piece of land that sticks out just a little bit past that.
Okay. So are you holding your chute?
It was no, it was a friend assist, so pilot chute
Oh,
assist. So
okay.
rather than going it's not tall enough to let the drogue chute pull it out. So
Yeah.
pilot chute assist is basically your buddy holds the bridle that
Okay.
pulls the parachute out, right?
Yeah.
So you jump, he holds onto it and then lets it go. So it's
Oh my
just
gosh,
kind of
that's so sketchy, bro.
yeah, it was really sketchy. That was what I was doing.
You did it?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a dumb one. I
You
had
got
some
like
dumb experiences.
you
That was
got like
that was a
2
dumb,
seconds.
and I've heard of other jumpers that did it, and we're like, yeah, it works. It was kind of sketchy, but I'm like, yeah, that felt so sketchy to me. Um, I think base jumpers are a special breed, special type of people. Anyways, I
D-bag.
wasn't cut out for it. I had a sketchy experience and was like, okay,
What what happened? Where were you?
Tori.
Oh, so like a skydiving thing?
Uh huh.
Base jumping thing? Oh geez.
Yeah, yeah. I had an almost not opening into when we get the high tides at Torrey, there's little lagoons that form on the beach.
Yep.
Those little lagoon probably saved me from being really hurt. I
Oh
was totally fine
no.
at the end, but I hit I mean the lagoons are whatever, this much little bit of water and like a foot of mud or sediment underneath.
Okay. Yeah.
So I hit that pretty
Oh
hard.
my
Like hard enough
gosh.
where if it was hard ground or even just the sand next to it, yeah, I probably would have been broken.
Oof.
So I probably wouldn't have died. I would have been broken, but it wouldn't have killed me. But yeah, after that experience, I'm like, this little puddle here just saved me from being, sent to the hospital.
Right.
So yeah, never mind base jumping. That's okay. I'm good.
Super
And I always
sketch.
kind of had the mind to get back into it. I quit skydiving too because skydiving is a little bit different from base jumping, but
And it's more
um,
expensive.
yeah, for sure.
Do you pack your own?
Uh huh.
You pack your own chutes?
Yeah, yeah. It was actually really good that I got into skydiving and jumping for a little while, so that I could see the how you pack those canopies.
Yeah.
Um, So I mean, it made packing the round canopies that we all carry super simple, or even the
Okay.
more intricate ones like the regalas or the new cross reserves. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
have an old.
simple, pretty
I got an old
straightforward.
round one. I need to. I need to repack. Can you help me?
Yeah, sure, man. No problem. You
All
have
right.
a conical or a pull down apex? Do you even know the difference?
I don't know the difference.
Okay. I hope you
Just
don't have a
round.
conical because that's super old school. So you
I'll tell you right
probably don't
now.
because conicals are huge. Like you would be a big giant brick.
Heavy man. Yeah, I'm not a heavy man. I'll tell you right now though. Here we go. It's a 38 square meters suspended load, 80 to 100 kg. It's an
Hmm.
ES 2438, whatever that means.
Okay, cool. Yeah, probably okay. What year is it manufactured? Is it tell you?
No,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
my harness was made in 2004, so that's how old it is.
That's cool.
Probably
Oh,
due for
that's
a new one.
yeah. Yeah, now they have these new cross reserves. They're like a square,
Okay.
and they are basically the newest, latest, and greatest evolution in parachutes. It creates, either more or at least the same amount of drag for the pack volume.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say it's like a huge improvement. Like as far, I mean, deployment rates are faster because it's lighter, right? Because we have less material to open.
Okay.
But the new cross reserves are really cool because the pack volume is so reduced, and yeah, the descent rate is a little bit nicer. So yeah, it's the latest and greatest thing. They
That's
have
cool.
ones that they're called the Ultra Cross. They weigh stupid nothing amounts, right? Like really really lightweight for the size and the sink rate that they make.
That's
So
cool.
that's cool.
When you're
Yeah,
doing acro, you fly with two?
yeah. I have a Regalo, which is steerable, and it's like the heart shaped one.
Yep. Yeah, I
So
know
that's like
Regalo.
cool. I can maybe go steer myself somewhere, and then on the other side on the left, I've got the square,
Okay.
which yeah, I'm almost like I'd rather have the steerable one on the left than in the other one on the right, so that if I'm in a real ocean situation, I can or oh
Whing!
no situation
Yeah.
that I can get that out really quick.
Wait, did
That's
you
a more
cuss?
reliable.
It broke up when you said it. Did you cuss?
No, no, I said oh no,
Oh,
oh
okay.
snizzle.
I laughed so
Anyway,
hard in the morning. We had we had Eric Farewell from Aviator PPG on, and he cussed and he was like, "How much is it?" And I was like, "It's $1 per cuss word that you have to donate to the Patreon." And he was like, "That's not enough. It needs to be 10." And I'm like, "Okay, 10." So right after the show, he paid it and he went to the Patreon, and so he's a $10 supporter of the show now.
nice. Oh,
I
that's awesome. How about this?
like,
I'll give you the reserve repack for free. We can check out your reserve and see what you actually got in there. Oh, and then another thing is see if it'll actually come out. Like
right?
sit in the simulator and pull it out and see that it works.
Oh, at Torrey?
Yeah, yeah,
All
just
right,
hang
let's
there
do it.
and pull it out and see that you could actually get to it. You'd be surprised. There's a lot that are like, nope, that would not have done
Can't even get
anything.
it out.
You can't even get it out. Yeah.
I yeah, we'll do it, man. I actually need to feel that.
I'll build a G simulator real quick. We'll get like
Just
we
swing me
do.
around.
Just swing
Just
you around.
yeah, I'm light.
I'll take you on tandem. There you go. I'll take
No,
you on
just
tandem. You pull it out and see how hard it is.
I'm pretty
See
sure
it's
your
fun.
dad could swing me around no problem.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just grab you on the
Yeah,
harness and
yeah.
spin you a circle. Okay, I like it. That's fun. That's
Right
one thing I
on.
really wish we had at Torrey is one of those G simulator things.
Yeah.
That'd
I
be
mean,
so.
you got the cages for the birds. Why can't you have a G
Oh my,
simulator?
yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
exactly. Good point.
Let's make
Right.
it happen.
Yep. There you go. All right. We know what the
Done.
new project is. Done. We're gonna build one. We're not getting one of those nice ones either. We're getting like a handmade, hand cranked, you know, thing
Yeah,
like what
yeah.
you're pulling up on YouTube. That'll be way better. Plus, we
It's
don't
just
even have electricity out there. You know, we're all like solar powered
yeah.
generators and stuff.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's off the grid. That's
Wow, I
why we
didn't know that.
don't. I mean, we have a bathroom at Torrey. We don't let people use it because then we don't want to clean out our um,
Septic.
septic all the
Yeah.
time. So yeah,
Hilarious. Now that
yep,
I know
yep.
that, I'm gonna try to find the secret bathroom.
No, you won't. You'll never find it hidden.
It's hilarious. Right on. Well, I could probably go all night, but I need to probably go and hang out with the fam and get some
Oh
din
yeah, we've
din.
been at it for like 2 hours, bro.
We did it,
It's been
bro.
a long chat.
It
It's
went
been a
really
good one, man. Did we lose everybody?
no, bro. They all
How you?
stayed.
They all hung out,
Yes, they're
dude.
all still here.
Sorry, guys. You know, you probably all got better things to do. I'm
No,
hungry.
bro.
I need to go eat. I got straight home from Tori and like went right into doing this. So yeah, it's
You
food
know,
time.
this is scary, but I love doing the show as much as flying. It's
That's cool,
that fun
man.
every
I like
time.
I like that you are posting everything and giving a lot of content. You know that's always good to have. More
Yeah.
is definitely better.
Yep. I felt like if somebody can learn from this, what at least not to do, then it's worth it. If one person, like I met, what's his name in the in the chat? His name is, gosh darn it, where did he go? I don't want to mess up his name. Where is he? He probably, oh, Kurt M. Kurt was asking about getting his P3 at Torrey. Kurt, I met him at the fly-in. Such a cool dude.
At
And
the Saboba boogie that just
no,
happened.
it was a while ago. It was at the tacos over at Palomar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I I
I
never met
never
him
get to
face
go
to
to
face.
any fly-ins, man. It's always
No?
happening on the weekend when it's like the
Oh,
busiest. And it's not like I want to go take a bunch of new students to a fly-in, really
no.
hard. So
Yeah, you did it at Horse that one time, that one fly-in.
yeah, exactly. That was cool. They got to see like a good day. That was only like yeah, that was weird. Anyways,
Yeah. Fun, man. Pear Hog, thanks, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Bob Porterfield, good night. Thanks for coming. Bob Garber's still with us the whole show.
hey
Last for
Bob,
the week.
thanks for sticking around, man. Sorry, this
Yeah.
is just us kind of shooting
No,
the
this is great, man. I when I first made the show, I said, "Man, this would be cool if we had something like this." And because it didn't exist, we had to make it because it's
Mhm.
so cool. Some nights, like if it's not a good flying day, we'll have like 5 or 6 people on, like
Right,
live, where
right.
you can see their little picture next to mine and yours, and
Okay.
everybody will be chiming in and laughing and joking, and the show can literally go forever. It's hilarious.
It's
Well,
just a hangout session on
yeah,
via computers instead of actually at our house or something.
yep. And then you can get people from, like, we did the one with Getty G and Max Martini. Max Martini's in Brazil, and then
Okay.
Getty G's in Australia. They were both on at the same time. And then Kyle, he's over in Missouri or something. We're
Oh,
all
trip
just
out.
hanging out.
Yeah.
It was so
Yep.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Technology. It's
anyways,
a trip. I'm
dude,
glad that you showed me how to use technology tonight because I've never done anything like this before. So this is like my
nice.
first whatever this
You
is.
did good, man. For
Thanks,
being
man.
late, you showed right up and logged right in. Some guys take the whole pre-show half an hour to get it all together.
Get it all hooked up.
Yeah,
Yep.
right on. So, okay,
All right.
just to let you know, anytime that we're on and you see us on, if you show up in the chat and you just say what's up, I'm going to put you in as a moderator so you'll be able to manage the chat and do things in there. And then you'll also, if you show up in the chat and you're like, hey, what's up? I want to come on because you see somebody that's a guest that you know or that you like and you want to hang out with us, you're always welcome to come on the show. And or you can just shoot me a text. I mean, your neighbors, you could yell probably. And
yeah, just drive over to your house and hop on next to you. How about
We'll do it like old school jail where you used to just share a headphone, you know?
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
get the earbuds going, you know?
Yeah. Right on. All right. Well,
bro.
guys, so next week somebody asked, good question, and this is the plan. And if you're all Dell, Super Dell's mad at me right now. I don't and
why
we'll
is
save
Super
that for
Dell?
well, I didn't buy a flat top, and so he's mad at me. But
the Sean's. We were talking about Super Dell today. Oh man.
Gosh,
God, there's so many good stories that Super Dell has created. I can't even start to get into it and all, but
so
yeah.
He commented, okay, and this is where it's gonna get crazy. But yeah, so Robert Durbin has the right track. So we've got Aviator PPG guys are all gonna join again. They're gonna come on, but this time it's gonna be with Tucker Gott. And because Tucker Gott's on this mission right now, he's just going across the country, flying everywhere. And he is, so anyways, supposedly Tucker's going to be on with the same group that was on the previous show, Eric Farewell and those guys. Let me see if he responded to the email. I emailed him just before the show and I was like, hey, I want to promo the show. Are you guys going to be on? Let's see. Did he? Wow, I got a lot of subscribers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? He didn't respond though. Yeah. But to all the new subscribers, welcome. So glad that you're here. And right on. We're going to go eat some dinner. Max Marien, thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming on. And again, there'll be a bunch of views after this. There'll be a bunch of questions. I'll text you if it's something I can't answer. And
oh yeah, sure, man. You can email me the questions too, or a link to the questions. Anyways,
nice. I'm stoked, go eat, bro. Okay, man. Have a great night. Appreciate you, everybody. Next week, I'll see you Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right here. Paraglidingtalk.com. Go check it out. Subscribe, like, and go to the Patreon or PayPal, and let's keep this thing going. Let's make it big.
See ya.
Have a good night.